Another college football Saturday right upon us, just hours away from kickoff, and today I've got free plays coming your way on a couple different games, plus money-saving discount coupon code that'll save you 20% off your total purchase for Saturday's card. 20% off your total purchase. Details on that one coming up in just a moment. Hi everyone, Al DeMarco here, and this of course is going to be your Saturday video report. A couple of hot handicappers I want to quickly point out to you. Chris Jordan, you may recall this past Sunday, hit his biggest NFL play of the entire season. Double-digit blowout of the year. The Packers destroying St. Louis. I think the final was 24-6. Today, biggest college football release of the season. Rare 1,500 star play. Double-digit blowout of the year. Normally, a 1,000-star play is his top-rated release. And over the past 2 years in college football, he is 4-1 with 1,000-star plays or higher in college football. Today, 1,500 star. Double-digit blowout of the year. The numbers for Chris, $1 players in college football alone the past 2 years have won $9,355. Last year, overall, those $1 bettors won $15,507, and dating back to the 2006 season, we're talking almost 6 years here, guys, and all sports combined, $1 bettors up $29,995. Biggest college play of the season going today from Chris Jordan. Derek Mancini bringing out the big guns today. 5th ever 100-dime college football release of his career. His first 100-dimer in 11 months is his 2011 college football underdog game of the year. He's won 5 of the last 7 days. That's going today from Derek Mancini. And I would be remiss if I didn't point out a couple of other guys. Scott Delaney, 80-dime winner, number 5 in a row, matching his biggest college football release of the season. He's calling it his 2011 double-digit destroyer game of the year. Most recent one was Kansas State over Missouri back on October 8th. I think Kansas State was the underdog in that contest. So that is his 80-dime winner, number 5 in a row. And the numbers for Scott, simply phenomenal. $10 bettors have won $10,125 in all sports combined over the past 6.5 months. So that's dating back to March. Basketball, baseball, and football, college and pro. $10,125 won combined for Scott Delaney and Anthony Redd. Biggest single college football card of his career. 75-dime trifecta. 75-dime plays on Fresno State, Nevada, Marshall, Houston, and Tulsa, Rice. 225 dimes of action today, making it his biggest single college football day of his career. 41-30 with 75-dime plays in all sports, and 105-87 run with his last 67 trifectas when he releases 3 plays at one time. So that's what Anthony Redd has going for himself today. Now, you know I always point out the good and the bad. Yesterday, a lot of guys, including myself, I had a small play on Rutgers, but a lot of guys going down to defeat last night with the Scarlet Knights as they failed to get the job done. Shawn Michaels had his 3rd ever 100-dime college football release on Rutgers last night. That was on the heels of his 2nd ever 100-dime play on Arizona on Thursday night. Of course, he won with Arizona, lost with Rutgers. As I said, most guys here, it's kind of ironic in a sad way that most guys won big plays with Arizona on Thursday, and a lot of them had smaller releases with Rutgers on Friday and went down the tubes. Now, in terms of your money-saving discount coupon code for today's card, it is a 20% off discount, okay, guys? 20% off discount. I'm going to give you a code in a moment, but just a reminder, this is different than when I give you, like yesterday, a $15 off coupon, okay? When you have a 20% off discount coupon, it's good for your total purchase. So what you want to go ahead and do here in this particular situation is that you want to put everything in your shopping cart at one time. You can't come in and buy Scott Delaney's 80-dime winner number 5 in a row and then come back 20 minutes later and buy Chris Jordan's biggest play of his year, season in college football, the rare 1,500 star play. You can't buy them at separate times. No, you want to put everything in your shopping cart at once, and you're going to take 20% off your total purchase price. You want to buy a month's worth of Chris Jordan's plays, which are like, I think like $379. You would save like almost $75 off of that. You want to buy Scott Delaney's play today. You'll save 20% off of that. You want to buy a year's worth of action from Anthony Red. I'm just throwing a name out of there, guys. You can save close to $350 off of that. You put everything in your shopping cart at one time, and then you use this coupon code. And it's a simple one. 20 today. 20 and the word today. Put it all together. 20 TODAY. Put it all together. 20 today. That'll save you 20% off your total purchase price. You can mix handicappers plays, individual day selections, insider money moves, long-term package plays. You can put it all together. Guys, remember, on a day like today, when you have that 20% discount coupon code, if you are already in a package with one handicapper, you know you're automatically eligible for an instant rebate. If you buy either another package from that handicapper or somebody else, the instant rebates still apply. They're not taken away from you. This is 20% on top of that. So again, 20% of your total purchase, and the coupon code is 20 today. Remember, quick reminder, you've got till 1 o'clock Eastern Time on Sunday to enter the Fantasy Football League contest. $300 of my money at stake again this weekend at draftstreet.com. Use my last name, DeMarco, to enter the contest. Top 7 finishers finish in the money. You've got a mythical $100,000 bankroll. You draft a couple quarterbacks, a couple wide receivers, a couple running backs, tight end, etc. You put your roster together. You've got till 1 o'clock Eastern Time on Sunday to finalize that roster. It's not like the old days of fantasy football, guys. This league is final after the Monday night game ends. That's when the money is paid out. That's when the final league standings are announced. Again, $300 of my money. Top 7 finishers finish in the money. 2 and 3 weeks ago, I finished 7th. Last week, unfortunately, I finished like 34th or 5th or something like that. Steve Buden finished number 2 last week. You're competing against all of us. You're competing against yourself and hundreds of others across the country. $300 at stake of my money. Check it out, draftstreet.com. Use, once again, the entry code for that one. My last name, DeMarco. It really is that simple. Let's get to a couple of free plays here, and I'm just going to jump around on the board today. Early game, noon Eastern Time kickoff. Illinois looking to rebound after that horrific offensive performance last week against Ohio State, laying 3.5 to 4 against Purdue. I like the Illini here because despite that loss to Ohio State, you know, they're still in control of their own destiny in the Big Ten. They're 5-1 ATS off a loss last year. Purdue's quarterbacks couldn't get anything done last week in a road loss to Penn State. Last year, the Illini, a better team, granted, but they did roll 44-10 as a 16.5-point favorite last year. A lot of bad blood between these two teams, too, as it looked like Illinois ran up the score a bit after being up 37-0 in last year's game, scoring on their final drive with about a minute and a half to go, throwing 4 passes on that final drive. But I don't think the Boilermakers are in the position to extract revenge here. Illinois has covered 9 of its last 11 on the road, and despite that 17-7 loss, as I said, to Ohio State last week, a game where the Illini gave it away as 2 turnovers led to 14 points to the Buckeyes. I'm looking for them to get the job done here, especially since Purdue is struggling at quarterback, and Illinois has a ferocious pass rush. As long as they keep focused, unlike last year when they lost to Michigan, and then the following week, a stinker of a game against Minnesota, lost again, I think they can get the job done in this spot. Next game I want to take a look at, you know, one of the biggest numbers on the board today is Boise State laying 29.5 at home, but you know, Air Force is beaten up defensively. It was one of the reasons I went against Air Force a couple of Thursdays ago when I backed San Diego State, a 7-point road dog that won outright by 2 touchdowns in Colorado Springs. They're beaten up defensively, tons of injuries, don't have much of a pass rush. And let's face it, guys, you know, Boise State is in that stage of the season where they don't really have any big foes left, and it's the usual deal with the Broncos. You know, they've got to run up the score in order to remain impressing the pollsters at this stage of the season and going forward. They're coming off a 63-13 win at Colorado State. They pulled their starters early in the third quarter in that one. Their last 2 games, they beat Fresno and Colorado State by a combined 120-20. big contributions here of late from running back Doug Martin. Last week, 20 carries, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns against Colorado State. Kelvin Moore, what can I say? My God, last week he was only 26 for 30 for 338 yards and 4 touchdowns as well. Air Force is off that home loss to San Diego State. As I said, they have a lot of problems injury-wise, not much of a pass rush. They failed to cover 12 of their last 15 games. So I'll go with Kellen Moore, who has only completed 74% of his passes this season for 21 touchdown passes and just 4 interceptions. And even though Boise is 3-7 in its last 10 at home, I will go with them today in their Mountain West Conference home opening debut. Air Force has given up 134 points in their last 2.5 games, dating back to the fourth quarter of a game that they won in overtime against Navy. So again, I will go with them in Boise in this particular spot. I like Kansas State laying the 10.5 points at Kansas. Kansas State won this game in Lawrence last year, 59-7. Bill Snyder, 13-1 straight up and against the spread in the last 14 games in this series. Kansas, worst statistical defense in Division 1A ball this year, allowing 565 total yards a game. Worst scoring defense in Division 1A ball this year, allowing 49 points a game. I can't find anything good to tell you about the Jayhawks here, so why not go ahead and take the Wildcats, who have come into this game following a road upset of Texas Tech last week, 41-34. Their 4th consecutive win as a dog, winning outright. So again, I will go with them in this spot. Kansas State laying the points in this one. By the way, another game that I wouldn't be surprised if the big favorite one in the Big 12 would be Oklahoma laying the 29 at home against Texas Tech. Texas Tech, a one-dimensional team that can only run the ball. They've gotten hammered in recent years in Norman. Like the Sooners a little bit in this one, coming back at home. They won that game 45-7 last year as a 15-point favorite. Again, like I said, I kind of like Oklahoma in this one. Bob Stoops, 19-9 ATS run at home here of late. They've also covered 12 of the last 18 in the series. In fact, the home team has covered 5 straight in that series between the Red Raiders and the Sooners, who have won 31 consecutive Big 12 home games, going 20-11 against the spread in that. And I just don't see Texas Tech, a team that struggled to beat Nevada at home, being able to stop Landry Jones, who's completed 68% of his passes with 16 touchdowns this season, averaging 363 yards a game. And, they got a multifaceted attack there. That running back Whaley's come out of nowhere to run for 627 yards. And, of course, they got Broyles, the outstanding wide receiver for Landry to look at as well. So, kind of like Oklahoma there in that particular contest. Quickly, let's talk about Wisconsin and Michigan State. You know I am a huge Russell Wilson fan. Guy's made me a ton of money over the past couple of years when he was at NC State, a couple of times this year with Wisconsin. But look at this number. I mean, they've got the Badgers here, a touchdown, 7 to 8 points, depending on where you look in this game against Michigan State. I know Michigan State has the defense. I know Wisconsin hasn't really played outside of Camp Randall Stadium this year, other than that short excursion to Chicago to play at Wrigley Field. And I know Wisconsin really hasn't played anybody either this season. But the question I keep asking myself is, if Michigan State is this damn good, how did they lose to Notre Dame? Come on, let's be serious. How did they lose to Notre Dame? I don't care that they beat Michigan. Michigan, a one-dimensional, one-trick pony team with Denard Robinson, not much else. It's not like the Wolverines are a top-5 team. Okay, they beat them. They beat Ohio State. Big deal. The Buckeyes aren't any good. But it's that number. It's just that number. It's so damn high. You can play them in a teaser and probably not go wrong either direction, Wisconsin down or Michigan State up. So this is one of those situations, although I think Wisconsin is the play, and I think Wisconsin has enough offensive talent to get the job done here. I do worry somewhat about their defensive line and their pass rush, however. Wisconsin's not strong in that department. Good set of linebackers. This is a game that, if I was to play it, I'd play it with my heart rather than my head. So it's a game to me, which is a stay-away contest. I don't care, that the home team has won 6 in a row in the series by an average of 15 points. I think Wisconsin is the play, but I wouldn't put my money on it. But looking forward to watching the game for sure. Good luck, everybody, and I'll catch you again on Sunday morning.